Ultimately, this is Will Smith's fault. That's the ultimate, okay? Because here's the deal, okay? Now, here you have Pac, right? Pac is the alpha male. He's a real gangster. He's a real killer. He's a badass, right? And at the time, you have Will, who is not. He was, as he just said, he was the soft guy. He was the beta in this context, right? But Jada was doing what women in her situation would do because she could. Okay. She wanted the alpha. So she attached herself to that. She's hanging out with him all the time. And she got the beta also, which he had status plus money. Okay. So her little monkey brain as a woman wants to stay with the guy who has the beta bucks. Okay. That's why she kept Will around. But she wanted to be with the alpha Tupac for the alpha. Okay. But here is how the relationship always goes sour. Okay. The only thing that keeps a relationship together is, as old Papa Tomasi says, genuine desire. Genuine desire. And the fact that Will felt jealousy was his indicator to break this and get the fuck out and find another bitch. But he didn't do that because why? There it is. No frame. And now, guess what? He loses her. He already lost her. He never had her from the get go. Okay. The right thing for Will to do was to scratch her and go find another girl. Right. But he was young. She had fucking issues. So, you know what that means? The sex is probably fire. And he was using status and money to lock her down. But her eyes were here. Eyes were elsewhere. This is the only thing that keeps relationships together. And the more bodies that she gets, the harder it is for her to have this right here. Body count matters, guys. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Body count absolutely matters. So as those bodies go up, more bodies, more bodies, more bodies, more bodies, more bodies. Okay. Her ability to have genuine desire goes down. Okay. It's an unfortunate reality. Okay. So, and guys, look, bro, it's happened to me. I have been with chicks that I was interested in, right, in the initial stages, and I could see they were more interested in another guy. And I know I could fight and try and do my best to like try to win her over because that's all the bullshit you see in the movies, right? Oh, you got to win her over. You got to win her over. No, you say bye bye.
She belongs to the street.
See you later, and go find a girl that you're down for. That's down for you. You got to find what you can get and pull. Okay. And here's another thing. A lot of these, dating coaches, people online, they don't want to say this. We'll pull out the whiteboard again. Okay. So here's the deal, right? So here's the deal. I'm going to show you how this is how it works too. Okay. Now, when you're a man, okay, money, muscles, game, frame equals your SMV, which is sexual market value, right? So let's just say your money's lit. You got okay, and you're doing fantastic. You know, you make I don't know $100,000 a year. Let's give you 3. Let's say your muscles kind of so. You're not super Giga Chad status, but you're fit. You can knock a motherfucker out. I'm gonna give you 2. Let's say game's pretty tight. Your Riz is on point. You know, but you're not as good as me. There. And then let's say your frame. You got the frame of an average guy, which is pretty bad, right? Let's say 1. Okay. So 3 plus 2 is 5 plus this. So this overall makes you a 7. Okay. So let's just say now your sexual market value is a 7. So as a 7, okay, your sexual market value is a 7. So this is men here. Okay. And this is women. Now, are there outliers? Yes. However, this is a general framework that you should abide by. Okay. So these are female rankings 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Shut up and take my money.
5. I'm getting some big bucks today, man. Thank you guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. As a 7, you can only get 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Just a regular guy. Could you get an 8? Your game's gonna have to be really, really on point, and you have to like make a life lesson out of that. And quite frankly, if you're that kind of guy, you're not watching me. No offense. Okay. We're all here to get educated, right? But that's the truth that a lot of these guys want to tell you. And men have a wall too. Okay. So, like, I would say, unless you have massive amount of status and access to girls, I would say once you hit 40, right, your ability to pull babes and it's going to go down. Unless you take amazing good to sell, like you're in amazing shape, you are rich as fuck, and you have a good amount of status that can help you pull girls. Because the average 40-year-old, bro, you're not pulling young hot babes. You're just not. Just not. It's not going to happen. Okay, and you're old. I should have been married, had killed children by now, anyways. Okay, so see, and that's the thing. You got to know where you fit in the ranking, and then move forward. So with Will Smith, see, that's the thing too. Your frame is your manlyhood, your masculinity. So in looking at Pac versus Will, right? Pac's frame was probably like if each Money Muscles game frame was like, I don't know, just say maximum 3, or let's just make it simple, say 3, right? So let's just say his frame was maxed out, right? But Will was maxed out in money, and yeah, we'll say muscles too. He's pretty well, not even, but it was his biggest thing was his money, right? But when you lead with your wallet, you're not gonna call it. You're not gonna lock the girl down, bro. This is your manlyhood. This is your masculinity. Frame is the most important part of being a man. Okay. And Pac had that in spades, right? So and then ultimately, dude, she had the genuine desire. Because if you're in love with the girl and you're dating her, but there's another dude in the picture that she goes to hanging out with, and she don't see you as a top G. She don't see you as the number one dude. She doesn't at all. Okay. Shout out to Felix, $5 super chat. Sherry Zampino was married to Will Smith for 3 years, and the two share one son, Trey Smith. I did not know that. Okay. Frame is acting in your own best interest above everyone else. Yes, and it's your self-esteem dialogue as well. Okay. So when and here's another thing too, going back to SMV, because I think a lot of guys are delusional. Because I met some guy was in my DMs, right? And he was just like, he's 50, he's obese. He told me he was on military disability, and he's making like $3,000 a month, and he's like, I know I'm a high value man. I'm like, no, you're not. You're a fat old man on disability, bro. Like, I get it. You have a healthy self esteem about yourself. Cool. You should regard yourself to high value man to an extent, but there are objective markers as well. Okay. And again, like, dude, if you want to be good at dating, your score matters. And we all have a fucking score, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay. We all have a score. Everybody does. You think men judge women and women just don't sit around and judge men? Kidding me? Come on. Yeah, touch of reality here, guy. Okay. So Will lost. And another thing is this too. Okay. And another thing is this too. Okay. Guys, sometimes women just like another guy and it's not you. And that's okay. You have to accept this. Pain comes when you try to finesse and seduce and talk your way into it, but it's only a temporary position that you're going to fucking get her for. Eventually, at the end of the day, she just doesn't like you and you have to accept it. It's the same thing when you dump a girl. Like sometimes when I break up girls, they fucking go crazy. And it's just like, please accept the fact that I don't like you. But women don't know how to handle rejection. Women suck when it comes to handling rejection, quite frankly. And they can't handle it. Men handle that like fucking men, you know? And so yeah, that's just something you got to handle as a man.